Niaje, leo ni tarehe moja, the first day of January 2026. I'm slowing things down. I'm trying to think straight. I'm trying to articulate the words and the sentences I say in the manner that they will take effect in what I'm going to do this year. I want it to be a turning point.
This way. He said, Jim, if you had enough reasons, you could.
So basically what I'm trying to say is that I made some mistakes, a lot of mistakes. I've wasted a lot of money. Probably most people don't watch my videos, I know that for a fact, and it is not their fault. And most people look up to me and they think that I'm the best, I'm the perfect child, and I have always been the perfect child. But I made some mistakes which I'm afraid to take responsibility of. I'm afraid to say that I messed up big time, and that is something which happened it happened in 2024. Something that happened in 2024, which I'm carrying right now. So regret is a big thing. Regret is a pit hole. You have to get out of that pit hole. I'm basically saying that you have to get out of that pit hole. I mean that I have to get out of that pit hole, because I feel like if I gotta do something, I gotta move on. I gotta move on past these superficial things. These are things which are temporary, and I have to get past them as soon as I can before they consume me. Because I feel like if I'm going to take a lot of time trying to get my mind occupied on this single thing without moving on and trying to find a purpose for everything that I'm going to do, especially this year, then I'm going to get lost. Because I've wasted like 2 years, I've wasted like 3 years right now, I've wasted like 3 years of my life, of which I could have done something else. But I'm not saying that they are completely wasted. They were a learning. I have failed, but failure is learning. So these are lessons, and I don't want to repeat the same lessons. The first thing is drugs. I'm not going to get used to be using drugs this year. That is something that I have agreed on. The second thing is fear. I'm not going to allow fear to consume me this year. The third thing is communication. I have to communicate and articulate my ideas properly, and I have to be loud enough and take space so that people can recognize that I exist, not to be ignored. Fourthly is I have to set standards of what I want, of what I expect from people, and what people will expect from me. Thirdly is accept that I owe no one anything, and the world doesn't owe me anything. So I should stop asking for the world to bend to my will. I don't, and second, and I don't know. Fifthly, these are rules I'm setting out of my mind. I'm saying that these are things that I've been thinking about. They have been keeping me awake a lot of nights, trying to figure out how I am going to accomplish them. How am I going to do them? But contemplating on these ideas or these things won't help me change it. Action will. And that is why I'm saying that this year is the year of action. I'm not saying this as a motivational thing, but I'm saying it as a something that I want to embed into my reality. Someone once said, your negative and positive thoughts, you have to embed them into reality. Because if you don't do that, then you are ignored. You have to have bad things happening to you, good things happening to you. That means that you are still alive, that you are there, that you are doing something. Basically, if you're stagnant, then you probably you are not doing anything, and you are already dead. So I've been dead for the past 3 years, and I'm trying to wake up. I know that waking up will cause some deflections and rebellion. Some people may not like what they are going to see this year. Others are going to get fascinated of what is going to happen. I really can't predict or estimate the numbers, but I'm hoping that am I hoping? Hope is a good thing to have, but I have hope in myself that I will work out. I will make things work out because I know I always will, and I don't have doubt in my mind that I will make a mistake. I don't have doubt, because these mistakes are the ones which are going to make me learn new lessons. I don't mean that 2026 will be a perfect year and it should be a perfect year, but I'm saying that if I'm going to make a mistake, it is a mistake which I'm going to learn from, not a mistake which is going to hold me back. This is a playground. Life is a playground. Some people wish they had this chance to enter this year, but they did not. Let me give you a short story. Early in the morning today, I was feeling kind of desperate because I was hungry. I hadn't eaten yet, and I was desperate. I wanted food, so I tried to call my mom. I tried to call her, telling her, I need money. She's like, what the money, Bana. Then I was like, fuck, you know what? I have to go out and get something for myself, because I can't be doing this all the fucking time. See, people might say that you are too young to be asking these things. You are too young to be thinking about these things. Yeah, I know exactly. That is what I'm saying. I'm too young to be thinking about these things. But am I too young? If I was in a first world country, okay, exactly, because this is a third world country. Kenya is a third world country. We come from poverty. We don't have the same opportunities, and the system is structured differently from a first world country. But if I keep on taking information from people from first world country, because these first world country kids, they can do something from the age of 16. They have an independent thought. But here in Kenya, a third world country, we are so embedded and indoctrinated with these kind of principles, rules that we have to follow, a kind of a script which is scripted for you to follow. Either go this, finish this. I'm going to finish the story why I'm going to talk about this and give you and explain to you in context what I mean. So I decided that, okay, I have to take action. Now I was thinking like, fuck, you know what? I didn't have electricity. Looking at my bank account. My bank account is defaulted. They are sending me messages that my bank is going to be closed if I don't transact with it. Secondly, my loans are defaulted. My loans are defaulted. I need to pay them loans back. I haven't really paid them, and I didn't have any kind of money. And the electric bill was waiting for me because stima zilienda tokens ilisha. You know what I had to do? Nilipeleka simu kwa jirani iende ichajiwe huko. Get it? Iende ichajiwe huko. Then I was thinking to myself, how the hell did I come to end up in this kind of situation? Am I missing some things? Because I feel like there's a time in my life that I have missed out. Yeah, I can say actually there is, because when I was into drugs and weed sana, ukiwa kwa weed unakanga into your own world. It is called the realization and depersonalization. You lose focus of time on what is going on and you detach from other people. So time is something which is very affected when you use this kind of drugs. But that is not the point. I feel like life has been fast forwarded a lot, and I can't really comprehend how much time I have not that literally, but I'm saying that most people waste their lives until they are 40s, then to come to a realization that, fuck, life has gone by. but I'm glad that it started earlier. So I was questioning, how did I lose this time? So I decided, like, okay, because this is the first day of the year, let me go and pay a visit for some old friends of mine. That is when I went there. Went there, had a real conversation with them, a small one, which wasn't that deep, because the person who I wanted to talk to, she was not around, so I had to talk to the teens. But we don't relate that much, because I'm into deep conversations. Shallow things I just pretend to be interested in. So when I got back, I really thought to myself that I have to change something. You know what? I decided to go out and explore the world and see how beautiful the world is, and try to get out of this bubble that I've built. Get exposure. I've been really consuming and engaging in the material so much, but I feel like consuming is not that enough. You have to do more than that. And I just realized that it is not the end of the world. People have different opinions, and if you try, you have a chance of succeeding and losing. So today I learned something. Today I learned a lesson that people are dumb. That is why people are dumb. And people won't take opportunities. People, watu wananifanana. We have the same ideas as other people. I'm nothing special. I really thought I was something special, but I'm nothing special. It is just an entitlement you give yourself that, you know what, I'm special, I don't miss fanana na watu wengine. Fuck you. Unafanana because your doctrine, or most of the information you have and the knowledge you have, most people have that knowledge also, and they think the same way as you. That is why you're stuck in the same box with this kind of people. So when I was walking off, heading to town with that bag. It had some books in there. I reached a cemetery. I saw a cemetery which was there. So I decided to let me slow down and try to really feel life, because we have the eternal now. There's no future, there's no past, because I was so fixated about the future. How can I change the future? I'm so regretting about my past and on the things I did, on what I could have changed, on what I could have done better. Then I stayed in the moment. I had a phone call. Trying to look at it, I saw it was my sister calling. Rebecca Modesta. She's like, okay, you know what? I'm like, okay, Wakira. I'm like, she's like, Happy New Year. I'm like, Happy New Year. So she said, like, did you go to church? I didn't go to church. I was in the house the entire night. She's like, why didn't you go to church? I'm like, I don't have an answer why I didn't go to church. I just felt like I don't really like organized religion anymore, and I don't want to pretend. I told her I didn't go to church. I didn't want to be rude or something. I told her I didn't go to church. I didn't have an explanation why. So she asked me, you can't forbid, I don't know, you can't go against God, I don't know, sijui uweziacha Mungu. Then I'm like, what the fuck? Mungu ako na mimi, natembea na Mungu. She's like, nikiokira ni hiyo, nikifana kukua ni rapope hiyo. I'm like, namuuliza kwani nimesema nini mbaya? Honestly, okay, najua maybe kama utai watch hii video, me I really don't care. Kwanza mnaniboinge by the end hizo video. What did I say wrong? Ulikuwa unataka nisema aje? Obwate ready ta, so obwate ready. That's how you have always been. I'm like, naangalia tu hapo cemetery, hiyo cemetery, ani wase wamededi. A lot of people. Let's say, okay, wacha, niko obsessed sana na death. I might be a philosopher or something, because I don't give a fuck. Look. So I'm looking these people and I'm like, okay, like I'm telling you, like, Jesus is walking with me. Alafu ananiambia mbona unaongea hivyo? Nakuuliza mbona, kwani nilikuwa nafaa kuongeaje? Kwani ni mbaya nimesema hivyo? Ndakupigia baadaye. Literally. Kwani ngina hata vekereka, ngina kwa nikebe. Kwani ulikuwa unataka nisema aje? That entitlement you have. I know I'm too young, hata especially mtoto wako wa pili. I'm literally the age mate ya mtoto wako mdogo. Sasa sioni like mimi ndio nafaa ni active, si wewe. I'm literally starting out this life. Na wewe already ushapita hapa. Unaelewa hizi vitu. Then why act like a child? I know ukiwatch video, I really don't care when you utaichukulia. But I'm questioning you. Sasa ukianza kuact hivyo, mimi nitaact aje? Na kama mimi ndio nitaact kama mtu wako mature, wewe utaact aje? So last year ikianza pia 2025 ikianza, the same thing happened. I just got out to text people happy new year. Then like uko na shida nao tuniko huko nje. Ukaanza kugombana like 2025 January saa 6 juju unanigombanisha. You see, that is the same reason I didn't text hii mwaka. Nilitext watu walikuwa na haja na mimi, na wenye walikuwa na haja na mimi. The rest motherfuckers niliwacha huko. Kila mtu acha afanye cha atafanya. You see, I gotta move on. Because I can't move on with everyone. And if you see that is a problem, then it might be a problem. And I don't know, mimi nasema okay, utakuja kujipata kwa shida na utanihitaji. Exactly. Nitajipata kwa shida na nitakuhitaji. And that is where you will have to make a decision. Mungu anajua. Maybe I don't have a say right now. I don't have a voice because sina anything, sina chochote. Okay. Sina hata familia. Sasa nyinyi ndio niko na nyinyi peke yenu. But kama ni hivyo tena, kama nyinyi peke yenu ndio niko nayo, mbona mwacha akakongentereri? Mokongentereri okoba ni migwe kambwate. Okay, haki. Tiga mwana era na bero kuchiari je tinde bono nje usinimba de familia ngopera ne familia ne chitini nacha na imi mbiyore I know about the family yako ngopera ne familia yako, but mimi that is the only family I have. Nyinyi ndio niko nao. Unaona, acha nikupatie example nyingine. Erena anaweza kaa naje na mimi juu kuna watoto wengi, unaona, lakini mimi niko na haja na yeye juu niko na mzazi mmoja. What does Juma tumefika hapo? So nimekaa nimefikiria what the fuck kwani nini imefanyika? Mbona watu wana behave hivi? Kama unajua uko na some ideas zenye unataka kila mtu afuate, then don't call. Usipigia watu simu. Kama unajua unapiga simu ndio utafute makosa yenye mtu ako nayo, mbona hata upige simu? Kama tunadhani tuko perfect. I think maybe mimi nadhani niko perfect. Maybe kila mtu anadhani ako perfect. Utajuaje kama utajuaje kama ujai questioniwa? Utajuaje kama uko perfect kama ujai questioniwa? Sasa mimi nikaingia, kuna restaurant inakapo karibu, nikaingia huko. Nikaenda kuandika kwa kitabu changu vitu zilikuwa kwa akili. ndio sikuwa nimeandika journal. Nimeandikanga journal na vitu zinafanyika. Sasa mimi nikaenda tu kuandika nini ilikuwa kwa akili yangu. So after nishatoka hapo nikaendelea tao. Sasa kwenda kupanda hivi na wapata mzee fulani hapo na mwanamuli anaona anauza viatu, namwambia okay yo, you know what, naweza kufanyia stuff like naweza kusaidia kuziuza. I'm like nimesikia story mara mingi. Alisikia wapi ule fala? Huyo fala alisikia wapi? Ukimwangalia unaona ashisikia mtu ashisikia kitu kweli. Hata venye anaongea sauti yake ashisikia kitu kweli. People are where they are because they have the same mentality that they will have. I am where I am because I have this mentality, and that is what I'm trying to beat. I'm not saying that I'm perfect. I'm saying that life is fucking hard, and you have to take the ups and downs. And nothing is smooth as people want to be like watch TikTok ama reels kutoka asubuhi hadi jioni kuscroll to. Life is not that perfect, and you have to create. And creating leads to the abyss, ni giza. And that is what production really is. Like you have nothing in control. People want to be in control, but creating and being something, creating and having that creator mindset ni kitu yenye iko out of control, because you never know how people are going to take you, because you never know how you are going to perform. All you have to do is just to create every single time, every single day, without having that gratification unapatiwa ya dopamine. That is the difference between consuming and producing. Because consuming unapata the dopamine. Hii video imehit, una scroll, hii video imehit, una scroll. But when you are making that video, hakuna kitu kama hiyo. Hata unaweza post hiyo video itajulikana maybe miaka 2 kutoka sasa hiyo video nitakaa relevant. You see? So you have been doing all that work every single day without being rewarded at the end of it. Like, it is a delayed gratification, and it is so difficult to have that kind of patience to be waiting for that thing. That is what separates producers and consumers. What else? I don't know. I just wanted to update you on how the day went. Okay, exactly. Before I go further, so nilikula chakula ngine hapo asubuhi. Hiyo chakula iliniharibia tumbo vibaya. And then nikarealize aje, najua nikiwa napita hivi, nilipitia hospitali, nikapitia hapo karibu na mortuary, nikapitia hapo karibu kwa majeneza, nikapitia kwa cemetery 2 leo. So I'm like, you know what, it is so easy to get poisoned. Ama upate shida fulani, then like in a minute ulikuwa, in a minute you are gone. Like ukitembea tu kwa barabara kuna msana speed anataka kuenda pale fulani, kidogo ashakupata kimakosa. That is why it's called an accident. Haujui kama itaifanyika. No. Like you live like ni kama utaishi milele, but it is a thin line between life and death, and you don't know when it is going to happen. And that doesn't scare people. That doesn't. I know Socrates ogopi kifo. Alimwona Socrates, yeah man, motherfuckers, you're not philosophical geniuses. You're not philosophical geniuses. So you cannot impose those kind of CG quotes unanya kuniambia eti sasa wewe hujui kama kifo itafanyika, and then you're a philosopher of some sort. You have to contemplate on what it really entails. Najua hata sasa hii ni ngumu kufikiria hata cha nasema. Most of you wale hata kuwatch video kitambo. Most of you wana watch video kuni criticize. I really don't give a fuck. Bora kuna someone ananielewa chenye I'm trying to say. I know I'm incorporating this with what happened today and my experiences, and I'm trying to give out my life philosophy as I see it and as I have experienced it. And maybe some people will get hooked with that and will love it and will hate it, but don't ignore. But now, like and subscribe. I'm counting on that. That one thing we are going to do. So what am I saying? How am I going to finish this? This is the first day. I don't know if this is going to be the last video. Today. Let me show you. the moon. Nona. So I'm looking at the moon. Manze. Sometime back nilikuanga natoka naenda nakaa nje ama naenda kutembea majioni. Natoka naenda kukimbia jioni just kwenda kuangalia tu moon. But since I changed the layout and the design of the house, I literally see the moon from hapa kwa nyumba, so I don't need to go outside. Congratulations. I know. Thank you. I'm a genius. Why not? So what I was saying is that it is so simple to get poisoned. It's so simple to get in a certain mistake. So you uko na stima kwa plot yenu, uko na stima, makosa inaweza fanyia kidogo, something viende chini kabisa, earthquake inaweza piga, kuna vitu mingi zinaweza fanyika, so you don't have control over these things. And kama uko na ile chance ya ku connect with your loved ones on watu mko in a relationship with, do that as soon as possible. Try to talk to your family at least once in a week. You really need that. And ongeanga, not just family, ongeanga na wale wase mko around na wale wase wa home, because at the end of it utarudi huko. Na kama unajua kujua uko sure that ushaharibu that connections kabisa, then you have to look for new family, either your own family ama look for friends ama look for new connections, because you need watu watakuzika. You will need watu watakuzika. So social life si kitu mbaya, but you can have a life balance. Try to balance your work life and social life. It's something which happens, but if you want to be an extremist, because I told you that you have to be an extremist, and that is what I want to be. I want to be a radical person, extreme with my ideas and what I want to achieve. So that is why I say that my social life, I already sacrificed it. It is evident in my life, and you can see it right now. That is why I'm talking the way I'm talking, because I don't really give a fuck. Maybe naisema hivi juu niko na utoto sahi, kuna utoto niko nao bado. I'm not mature enough. Maybe nikishafika 40s, 50s ndio takuwa mature enough. But right now, this is the philosophy I'll have to live with. Maybe later on I will regret this. Maybe later on nitapenda hii. But that time ikishafika, and then we'll have to make a decision at the moment. Benye nimekwambia, that time when imeshafika, you have to act mature. Kama mtu mwenye ako 40 ama 50. Not acting sijini aje. Ana kama umewachi video hadi mwisho, maybe you watch ndio ujue chenye utaenda kubonga na mimi, ukipatana na mimi, uende kugombana na mimi. Hizo ni shida zako, si zangu. 2026 we move na wale watataka kumove na sisi. So, have a nice time. Peace out.